and welcome to Cooking for Your Abundant Life with Darlene. This evening, as promised, I'm going to do a video on how to prepare my baked salmon. This was the very first video that I did, and unfortunately, the sound messed up on the broadcast, so I had to delete it. So we're doing it again. I hope that you will try this for you and your family. It is a simple, easy, very tasty recipe that I absolutely have fallen in love with. And we are just, this is one of our favorite meals. So I hope it will be yours too. There are tons and tons of awesome recipes online. So you are free to get on there and explore and find all of those wonderful recipes and make them your own. The reason that this is my go-to is because it has all of the ingredients that I love, and it's still low fat and very healthy. When I say low fat, a lot of the other recipes have things like cheese and things that really aren't good for this. So this is the simple one I came up with, and I will show you today step by step what I do, how easy this is, and how quick this is. And I hope you too will enjoy some salmon. I posted the benefits of salmon a little earlier on my profile on Facebook. I hope you will take a chance to just look over that article and read the benefits that come from eating salmon, with the omega-3s and the antioxidants and things that it provides for your body. It is an extremely healthy fish. And like I told you in the past, I never, ever, I never liked fish. I just despised it. And it was one of the things that, I had to bring my body under subjection to the spirit and say, this ain't about what I love or what I enjoy. This is about getting healthy. And I just prayed and said, God, I really need help here. I want to do this to honor you. And so I purchased some salmon and I talked to my niece and got some ideas about how to cook it and what kind to buy and how to prepare it, and off I went. And I'm so glad that I did, because we learned very quickly. I only thought I didn't like salmon. This stuff is amazing, guys, and I hope you will give it a try. Okay, I'm going to drop the camera down so you can see what we're going to do here. I only line my pan. That's because I don't like to spend an hour cooking a baked pan after I cook it in the oven. So I just blind my pan so it'll be easier for me to clean when I get done. But you can do it however you want to do. Now I do put some olive oil in the bottom of this pan, and that's how I start. Extra virgin olive oil. That's what I use only. That's the only oil that I use. It too is very healthy. And the first thing I do is I just kind of coat the top of the salmon fillet with the olive oil, and then I turn it over to the other side, and then I add my spices. The first thing I'm going to add is some lemon juice, and I am very liberal with the lemon juice. It is just a big part of how it just makes the fish taste amazing. So as you can see, I'm pretty liberal with it. I want it to be covered good with lemon juice. Okay. The next thing I'm going to add to it is some garlic, and I just use regular garlic powder. This is actually called garlic cilantro salmon, baked salmon, and it is very, very tasty. Then I'm going to add some salt, a little bit of pepper, pepper mill don't want to cooperate this evening, but there it goes. There we go. And I buy these spices at our famous Walmart. It's actually the only place I can find it. I'm sure you can find it at Sam's Wholesale as well. I buy my parsley and my cilantro and my basil like this. It's called lightly dried. And you have to keep it in the refrigerator. And it is just tastes so much fresher and so much better than the dried that's in the bottles. So you can either buy fresh, which is fine for this recipe as well. I love fresh cilantro. It has kind of a lemony flavor, but this works really well too. So I just sprinkle it liberally on my salmon. I mean, it's just a really good flavor, and it's light, and like I said, it kind of has a lemony flavor, and it goes really well with salmon. I have my oven preheating at 450 degrees. My oven is a convection oven, so it cooks just a tiny bit quicker than what a regular oven will. So you may need to adjust your temperature accordingly and your time that you have it in the oven accordingly. But you will know when it's done. I recommend 450 degrees in a regular oven as well. But you're going to have to watch it closely because you don't want your salmon to overcook. And then in the oven it goes. Okay, and today with our salmon, we're actually going to serve the golden delicious coleslaw that I made yesterday. That goes really, really well with salmon. And I'm going to be serving some steamed broccoli. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this cook a little while, and we'll just sit here and chat a little bit while that cooks until I can get ready to start my broccoli, because it only takes about 7 minutes to cook. And this is going to take about 12 to 15. So that's why we need to just chat here a minute. Basically, I've had several people ask me for tips and advice, about how to cook, certain things, or what I do to be successful with this plan. And I just honestly say, I posted a list of the foods that we eat on our Butterfly Heart profile on Facebook. And you can search that page by going to post, and it'll pull up all the posts that I have made. And it was actually at the very beginning when I created the page, so it's there. I will post it again, however, so that you too can have the complete list of foods that we eat on this plan. It's a very, very easy to follow plan. Basically, we focus on the foods that promote. They are anti-inflammatory foods that absolutely combat inflammation in your body. And there are a wealth of foods out there that do that. And then we try to avoid all of the foods that cause inflammation in our body. As I have said before, when we started this, I was so miserable. I was in severe pain. I was next to death. I was going to the cancer center being treated for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma because it was coming on like gangbusters. And all of the things that I was facing to treat my body with were actually extremely dangerous. They were life-threatening treatments. So, I felt doomed. I felt like, okay, I'm either going to die one way or I'm going to die another, but ultimately I'm going to die. And yes, I know that's what we all have to look forward to, is certain death, but I wasn't ready to die. I wanted to live. I only, when we are suffering from depression, we tell ourselves all the time that I just wouldn't care if I just die. Well, that's nothing but a lie from the enemy. Don't listen to that. That is absolutely a lie. We all want to live. We have so much to live for. We have people who love us, our families that love us, our children that love us, our friends that love us. We want to live. Don't let the devil tell you you just need to give up and die. That's what he wants. He wants to steal, kill, and destroy. He wants to destroy you and your life and those around you. Rise above it. Make a change in your life and decide for once that I'm going to live. And not only am I going to live, but I'm going to live abundantly. And you too, you will be surprised at the changes in your life. But, I do avoid the foods that cause inflammation in my body. The number one being sugar. That was the main thing that was causing my problem. And I had quit eating sugar in the past, but never ever for the right reasons. I just I was just doing it mostly. I knew I needed to do it. I needed to do it for my husband. I needed to do it for whatever reason. But I never once really realized I need to do it for the Lord. I need to bring my life into control, and I need to make him Lord of my life. So that's what I did. And making that decision made the biggest change in my life, because then I had set my heart to the right decision. And I'm going to go ahead and take a break right here because I hear my salmon cooking nicely, and I'm going to start my broccoli. I'll be right back. Okay, by the time the broccoli gets done, we'll be ready to plate this up. But as I was saying, my biggest problem was sugar, and it was causing a multitude of problems in my body. Sugar causes major inflammation, and it was attacking all of my joints. It was attacking the organs in my body. It was attacking my liver. It was attacking my kidneys. It was attacking my heart. It was attacking my brain. I couldn't even think clearly. I couldn't rationalize. I couldn't comprehend. It was just a horrible thing that it was doing to my body. So I once I the devil told me all kinds of things of why I couldn't. I had PCOS. I had thyroid disease. I had all of these strikes against me. The biggest one being low blood sugar, because if my sugar dropped to a certain point, I would get terribly dizzy, and I've even passed out from it before. So, the devil had me convinced that I had to have sugar. I had to have something sweet. Well, that's a lie. When I first did this and I realized what sugar was doing to me, I stopped eating processed sugar immediately. But when I felt the sugar need to come up on my body, I would go to a piece of fruit. And I did that for quite a while when we first started, because when you're used to eating sugar, you kind of go through withdrawal, and that's kind of what I did. It's like a drug, and I literally did go through withdrawal, and it affected me like that. But I know that God intervened, and He guided me and directed me into how to combat those feelings in my body, and that's exactly what He did. And I started eating fruit, and never had another minute's problem. Never once did I ever feel like I was going to faint or going to I never once had that issue because it just, God just did an amazing thing in my life. He took the cravings, and the longer I was off of it, the better I began to feel. Within 30 days, I noticed a huge difference in my body. And I promise you, if you will do this, you too will experience a major difference in your body. And it took about 60 days for the pain to subside in my body, because I had lived a lifetime. I'm 61 years old. I started this 2 years ago, and I lived a lifetime of eating the wrong way. And so my body, it took some adjusting, but thank God that I did, and thank God that it just made the biggest difference in the pain level, my energy level, everything in my life changed. And 1 year to date, the cancer center set me free. They said, you're no longer at risk. You don't need to come to us anymore unless something changes in your body. And you know what? I posted the other day, and I know that most people really had no idea how important what I posted was about my lab work. But every single number in my body that was of vital importance was normal. That was huge. And that was nothing but God. And I am so thankful that we learned about this. God opened our eyes and opened our heart to the truth of making Him Lord of our lives and our body. And everything we do, we need to do as unto the Lord. And that's what my heart desires. I don't care what it is. And I don't care what you're facing. If we do it as unto the Lord, He will honor you, I promise. I'm going to check our salmon because I can hear it, and it's looking great. It's very close to being ready, but I'm just so thankful for the decision that we made to do this. And if you've made that decision, I hope that something in these videos that we make and the cooking videos and ideas and tips that we share will inspire you and encourage you to keep going and keep pushing forward, and so that you and your family can have an abundant life. It's really important that we do this for Him. Don't do it for your spouse. Don't do it for your children. Don't do it for your doctor. Don't do it for anybody but Him. Because when we submit to Him and we do things to honor Him, I promise you, He will give you strength. He will give you help. He will guide you, and He will absolutely blow your mind at how easy this will become, because He absolutely helps us when we set our heart to honor Him. And I'm just so thankful for that. I truly could not do this without Him. I couldn't be making these videos right now without Him, because I'm not this type of person. I don't like media. I don't like being on camera. I don't like to hear my own voice. I feel I just am so self-conscious. But God is strengthening me daily, and I'm so thankful. And I'm thankful for each one that's reached out to me. Your comments just mean so much to me. I've heard from many of you, and I want you to know that every one of you that are embarking on this journey with us, we are praying for you daily. You have our heart, and we are praying for each and every one of you daily. And it is just an honor to be here and potentially share something that will change your life profoundly. That is an amazing feeling, because I was sharing with Larry today. This is for the first time in my life. I feel like I'm doing something that's important. I feel like I'm making a difference. And that's what's been my heart's desire my whole life. I felt like I'd always walked on the sidelines and watched everybody else do their part. And I felt like I was just useless. But you know what? God had other plans, and He had a purpose. And you know, there is never pain without purpose. So if you're suffering pain right now, I promise you there is a purpose. And God will bring good from your pain. He will bring good out of whatever it is you're facing because we have that promise in His Word. Know ye not that all things work together for good to those that love the Lord and are the called according to His purpose? You are called. You are called to be an example. You are called to help others. And I am so thankful that He has made a way for us to do this. And if we can help in any way, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. I'm just so excited about what God is doing for us. It's almost ready, guys. It's looking good. But I am just very, very, very honored to be here. And when I first started doing this, I told Larry, I said, Larry, everybody knows how to cook. I'm just an old country cook. I don't really know a whole lot about what I'm doing. It was all trial and error. I just took the list of foods that I had that I knew were good for our lifestyle and began to incorporate them in our daily life. And you too can do the same. Like I said, I don't do anything special. It's all just simple foods that we've all been raised on here in West Virginia. I had a mother that was an awesome cook. I had an older sister that was an amazing cook, and I tried to learn from them and glean from them. Yeah, they taught me some bad habits. I have to admit. We were all kind of raised on the gravy and the biscuits and the cakes and the cookies and the candies, and Christmas time was something else. But we can still enjoy a lot of things, just need to make a little bit of changes in them. Just like that apple tart that I made last night, if you got to see the video. That's one of the things that you can, I'm going to go ahead and say it. We had hot dogs yesterday, and we had that apple tart last night, and I lost a pound. Can you believe it? I'm telling you, folks, this really works. Don't let the devil tell you you can't do this and you can't do that. Find a way to make it work for you. You're going to be blessed. I'm telling you, it's worth it. And our salmon is done. I'm going to show you what this looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and plate this up here and let you see how wonderful this looks. I'm going to drop the camera down so you can see what we're looking at here. Look at that, guys. See how awesome that looks? It is just amazing. And it tastes just as good as it looks. So I hope you try this recipe. I'm going to go ahead and get this plated up so everyone can see what it looks like. And we'll get this video uploaded so that you too can enjoy this wonderful meal. And I like easy. So I always just steam my broccoli right in the microwave. And it is just really good. All you got to do is add a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of salt, or maybe some garlic, whatever you like on it, and it is just wonderful, just like that. So I hope you try that, enjoy it too. Like I said, I buy the broccoli that you can steam right in the bag, and it works great for us, and it is just so good. Doesn't that look amazing, guys? I'm telling you, it's awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and get some lemon for the broccoli, and a little bit of salt, and I'm gonna serve up Larry some coleslaw, and his plate will be ready to go. I do hope you get to try this coleslaw. I promise you, you will love it. It with this. The recipe was posted yesterday. The big difference is it has a golden delicious apple in it. And you can, I don't know if you can see the plate, but the apple, I processed it with just a little bit of vinegar while I was chopping it, and it did not turn, not one bit. So that's a real good little tip. And there you have Larry's plate. And you can see how easy that was and how good that looks. And I hope you will try this so that you and your family can enjoy this meal on your abundant life. Thank you so much for watching, and you all have a wonderful evening. God bless.